Hey guys, it is Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So for today's video, we are going to be revisiting a really cool thing that we did a while ago known as the Half-Infected Elite. And yes, it is exactly as it sounds. It is an elite that is half-infected, half-elite, half-flood. So you might have seen that video a while ago, but let me just recap it really quickly before we get into the tutorial of how to do this without mods. So many years ago, like over a decade ago now, I did a video on the original Halo 3 where we got a half-infected brute, and actually that video did pretty well. It got pretty popular, but it was basically a brute that was, it was like a regular brute, but it had like flood infection all over it, and it was an enemy to you, but it like behaved like a brute sometimes, and also behaved like a flood sometimes. And then since then, we've tried to get half-infected other species, and I had to use mods to not like mod them to be half-infected, but kind of like set up like a scenario where we have a high chance of getting them half-infected. But anyways, we actually managed to do this without mods on Master Chief Collection, purely by luck and by accident. But anyways, the method's still mostly the same. We left as many flood carriers alive as possible back there, and we drove on ahead, but we didn't go too far ahead, because really it's all luck with timing and everything. But as you can see, we drove ahead there, and this is what's happening while we were driving ahead. And like I said, it's all luck, but keep your allies alive, keep all the enemies alive too. Try not to kill anything, especially the carriers. You want them to explode near the enemies by accident, so that there's a high chance of them infecting your allies. In this case, this one elite here got infected. So right now, we're still parked over there at the edge. The game's going to load the next section of the map pretty soon. But the elite here is in the middle of getting infected, and he detonated his gravity thing, his blast thing, but it wasn't enough, and he's still getting infected, which is good, because now, as you can see there, he was in the middle of getting fully infected, and then all of a sudden we got teleported up ahead, because the previous section of the map got deloaded. And like I said, this was all by accident. We weren't like intentionally trying to get it. We just kind of got lucky. But let's move on ahead now. We did this over Xbox Live on four-player co-op, but that doesn't matter. You could do it by yourself if you want. MCC or regular Halo 3. But yeah, so now let's grab a ghost, and from this point on, everything's still the same. We just do the what we like to call the time travel glitch. Where we climb up the mountain here, and then we'll hit a loading zone. But anyways, just follow the steps if you wanted to try this out. Now, if you do try this out yourself, like I said, it is all luck, and chances are you won't succeed in getting a half-infected anything there. But if you're lucky, you may get one or even two, sometimes even three things that are like half-infected. So far on MCC, we've actually managed to get everything half-infected by accident, except for the elite. So now that's why we're revisiting this. So once you're up here, you want to look for like a little invisible ledge here, kind of like a bump, like a small hill here. And then once we're on it, just back up slowly along the hill, and then you'll make it through this void easily without dying or getting stuck or falling off. It could take a few tries for you to get a hang of finding that little bump and then driving backwards on it. A lot of people who do it the first time, they either get stuck or they go too fast, and then they fall off the mountain when it loads in previous sections of the map. But yeah, so once we're at this point now, we just need to make our way back into the map and just check if anything got half-infected, which in this case it did. But we didn't know at the time, we weren't sure. We were actually just trying to finish the campaign mission to get that new nameplate on MCC for Valentine's Day. And then we decided just to, why not, take a quick look and see what happened. And lo and behold, we actually got one half-infected elite that remained. There were a few Marines that remained as well, but they weren't half-infected, they were just regular Marines. And if there are like Marines or other AIs left over, make sure you kill them, otherwise they're going to kill your half-infected elite here, or any half-infected AI for that matter. Because when the elite is half-infected, it becomes your enemy. It will still have all the regular elite dialogue and everything, but it'll definitely be your enemy, and it'll show up as red when you on your reticle when you look at it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Your allies will attack it. Now, something that's really interesting about our half-infected elite here, that's different than when we did it on the modded version of Halo 3. This half-infected elite its shields regenerate like instantly. Now maybe that's because when it was getting half infected, its shields were like in the middle of like regenerating. If you go back to the beginning of the video, you can see like its shields just recharged, and then right when the map got deloaded. But because its shields recharge instantly, it's actually really hard to kill. We kept unloading on it, and its shields just regenerate instantly. We even meleeed it. We shot it with like assault rifles and stuff. It didn't kill it. The shields just wouldn't break. So we decided to try something fun, and we got everybody to have like automatic weapons, like plasma rifles or assault rifles, and we all basically unloaded on the elite. All 4 of us unloaded at the same time, and that was, with all 4 of us firing, that was still not enough to break the shields of the elite, which is it's a pretty interesting glitch that happened this time around. I don't think it always does this if you get a half infected elite, because when we did it on a modded version, it didn't happen that time, and there's nothing about the mod that would have made it not happen. So it's pretty interesting that it did happen. In this case, the elite didn't quite act like a flood the entire time. Sometimes like it would just jump around and stuff, but we didn't really get that this time, probably because we were like too close to it. But anyways, even though the shields regenerate instantly, it is still possible to kill it. All it took in this case was like a shotgun blast at point blank, and that took out the elite, the half infected elite. And then once it's dead, it's dead. It won't come back to life or anything. But the flood infection stuff on it, it will disappear eventually, just not right away. But yeah, so there you guys have it. That is the half-infected elite on the Master Chief Collection version of Halo 3, without mods or anything like that at all. Just pure old luck and glitching. So hopefully you guys did enjoy that and found it to be interesting. And if you did, as always, make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments. If there's anything else for me to check out or revisit or try out or compare, just let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to get around to it. But other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys.